The next is the drug used in the treatment of peptic ulcer. We have classified the drugs that are used in the treatment of peptic ulcer into 4 classes. First is the drugs which decrease the acid secretion from parietal cell. Second, the drug which neutralize the acid secretion. Third, which protects the ulcer, that is ulcer protective. And fourth is the drug used in the treatment of H. pylori infection. First is the drug that decrease the acid secretion. In this, the first category is the H2 antagonist. H2 antagonist involves cimetidine, ranitidine, famotidine, and noxetidine. The drug cimetidine is banned in the market because of its anti-androgenic effect. The drug will cause gynecomastia and loss of libido in many patients. So, the second drug, that is your ranitidine, is widely accepted in the market because it is 5 times more potent than cimetidine and its anti-androgenic effect, that is gynecomastia and loss of libido, will not be there. The third drug is your famotidine. The famotidine is more potent than ranitidine. The drug famotidine used in the dose of 20 and 40 mg, while ranitidine is used in 150 mg and 300 mg. The drugs can be widely used in the treatment of gastric ulcers like esophageal ulcer, peptic ulcer, gastroesophageal reflux disorder, as well as Zollinger-Ellison syndrome. But it will produce 70 to 80%. So we move to the next category, that is proton pump inhibitor (PPI), which involves omeprazole, lansoprazole, rabeprazole, and pantoprazole. The PPI category is a prodrug form because at pH 1 to 3, the drug is broken down into 2 molecules, that is sulfenic acid and sulfonamide. This sulfenic acid causes irreversible inhibition of hydrogen potassium ATPase pump. Through this pump, the H positive ions enter into the lumen of stomach, and with the Cl molecule, it forms the HCl. Once this pump is inhibited, the secretion of HCl can also be inhibited. The drug is widely acceptable in the market, but there is one indication for this drug, that the drug should be taken at empty stomach only. Because at empty stomach, the pH is around 1 to 4. And only at this pH, the drug is broken down into its active unit. The drug is widely acceptable in Zollinger-Ellison syndrome, peptic ulcer, esophageal ulcer, and GERD. The next category, that is the third category, is the prostaglandin analogs. Prostaglandin analog, for example, misoprostol, since your prostaglandin is one of the defensive factors which increase the mucosal lining of the stomach. But the drug cannot be used in the pregnant ladies because it will cause abortion or miscarriage due to excessive uterine contraction. The last category of first one is the anticholinergics, for example, pyrazidine, oxyphenolone. These drugs can be used because they inhibit the gastric secretion. They directly inhibit the parietal cells to release the HCl. The next category is the neutralizing agent. The neutralizing agent are classified into 2 categories, that is your systemic antacids and non-systemic antacids. The systemic antacid involves sodium bicarbonate. Why it is called systemic antacid? Because on breakdown of sodium bicarbonate, when it reacts with your HCl, acid molecule, it releases the carbon dioxide and other molecules. They can be systemically absorbed and cause the systemic alkalosis. So it is called systemic antacid. Second category is the non-systemic antacid. That involves the calcium salt, magnesium salt, aluminium salt. For example, magnesium hydroxide, calcium carbonate, calcium hydroxide, aluminium trioxide, and so on. That category, aluminium and calcium salt, has one of the prominent side effects that they will cause constipation, while the magnesium salt will cause diarrhea. That is why in your antacid preparation, there is a combination of aluminium or calcium salt plus magnesium salt, because the both category will counteract their side effects, and thus it can be used in many preparations. The next category is the ulcer protective agent. These categories used for the existing ulcer disease to protect the ulcer from further aggravation. The drug used here is the colloidal bismuth subcitrate or sucralfate. Actually, these drugs form the polymer-like complex, gel-like structure over the ulcer moiety. But this can be occur only the pH less than 4, and they protect the existing ulcer from the other traumas. The last category is the drug used in H. pylori infection. The H. pylori, Helicobacter pylori, is one of the bacteria that will cause gastric ulcer or even gastric carcinoma. So its treatment is very much necessary. For the treatment of H. pylori infection, we will use many antibiotics, for example, amoxicillin, clarithromycin, tetracycline and oxytetracycline. But they can be used along with the PPI or ulcer protective depending on the degree of severeness. This is all about your drugs used in the peptic ulcer.